The horror of invisibility, the void, the psychology. This section establishes that attention isn't a want, it is a survival mechanism. The narrative. For most, being ignored is a social slight. For the chronic attention seeker, it is a dissociative crisis. There is a psychological phenomenon where the self feels like it is physically evaporating when not being observed. The thought process. I am sitting here, breathing, but no one is reacting to my breath. If no one reacts, did it happen? I feel a coldness starting in my chest, a literal drop in perceived body temperature. I need to anchor myself to their eyes. I need a glance, a frown, a laugh, anything to prove I haven't turned into a ghost. The mirror theory. We discuss reflected self-appraisal. Their brain lacks an internal snapshot of who they are. They require a constant live feed of other people's reactions to construct a temporary identity. The tactical mind, hypervigilance. The psychology, understanding the social radar and the exhaustion of being always on. The narrative, their mind is not at rest. It is a supercomputer running a continuous threat assessment. The threat is the conversation moving to a topic they don't control. The internal calculation. Target A is looking at their watch. I'm losing them. Shift tone. Target B just laughed at someone else's joke. That laugh belonged to me. I need to reclaim that space. The masking. They feel like a fraud. Every gesture is curated. The psychological experience here is high self-monitoring. They are watching themselves from the ceiling, judging if their performance of a human being is convincing enough to earn a response. The escalation, the dopamine tolerance. The psychology, why the behavior becomes more extreme or weird over time. The narrative, this is the adaptation level phenomenon. The first time they wore something bold, the rush was immense. The 10th time, it felt like nothing. The addict brain, the neural pathways for social reward become desensitized. The thought process, a simple story isn't working anymore. They've heard it. I need to raise the stakes. I'll hint at a tragedy. I'll make a reckless comment that borders on offensive. I don't want to be mean, but the silence is louder than the fear of being disliked. Negative attention is still a heartbeat. Silence is a flatline. The crash. The post-event shame. The psychology, what happens when they go home and the audience is gone. The narrative, this is the most painful part of the psychological cycle, the vulnerability hangover. The thought process, why did I say that? I saw the way their eyes shifted. They saw through me. They know I'm desperate. I am a hollow shell that just tried to trick people into loving it. The paradox, they seek attention to feel worthy, but the act of seeking it makes them feel inherently unworthy and fake. This leads to a deep secondary depression. The very medicine they take to cure their loneliness, attention, ends up poisoning their self-respect. The path to permanence, self-parenting. The psychology, how the mind learns to exist in the dark. The narrative, healing requires developing object constancy. In child psychology, this is the realization that a toy exists even when it's under a blanket. For the adult, it's the realization that I exist even when I am alone. The final thought, the goal isn't to stop wanting to be seen. It's to become your own primary witness. It's the slow, agonizing process of learning to look at yourself with the same intensity you once begged from strangers.